American Morning, the most news in the morning, period. Weekdays 6 Eastern.
Started eating like a normal human being and getting a normal human being sleep.
Yeah,
so,
I just want to point out that we've had so many Republicans come by talking about your speech last night saying, where was that 12 months ago when you were running for president?
Well, I was giving that speech and nobody was paying any attention to it.
I'll tell you, they thought that you were energized last night, and you launched a spirited support of Governor Palin last night. Let's take a listen quickly to what you said.
Some Washington pundits and media big shots are in a frenzy over the selection of a woman who is actually governed rather than just talk the good game on the Sunday talk shows and hit the Washington cocktail circuit.
So tell me, Senator, why is she the right candidate for you to be the running mate?
She is the mirror image of John McCain in a lot of ways. Some people say that's a good thing, a bad thing. I think it's a good thing. John McCain is the man. I mean, he's the man under scrutiny. He's going to be the presidential nominee. Barack Obama on their side. And is McCain for real? Or does he go around cynically saying, which state can I pick off, the way so many do, in choosing a vice presidential nominee? Or does he do for some other reason? He brought in someone who believes like he does. He brought in someone with a track record, someone with executive experience, someone who's a reformer, someone who takes on tough challenges, Democrat or Republican, and wins. And he just has a hard time getting past personally admiring somebody and their personal characteristics, and I think that went a long way toward him doing what he did.
Let me ask you this about Governor Palin. Do you know enough about her as you would like at this point?
I know enough about her, but I want to know all I can about her.
And what do you want to know? Because we're asking these questions about experience, about worldview, about how she would conduct foreign policy.
I want to hear her talk about where she thinks this country's going. I want to hear her talk about the kind of country she thinks she grew up in, whether or not she's proud of her country, why she got into politics, what motivated her, what her priorities are. What does she think about things like taxes in general? Obviously, we got to have them, to operate the legitimate functions of government. But how much? How much does she think ought to be taken out of a person's paycheck? What should be the maximum for the government? What about individual responsibility in these areas? What does she think about free trade and the issue of protectionism?
Do you even know what she thinks about the Iraq War or what we should do in Afghanistan yet?
Basically, yeah. Basically. She has a consistent conservative reform record. Now, that doesn't answer every detail about everything, but and I know pretty much what she's going to say about some of the things that I just pointed out. But the details of that, I want to hear it because I think the country needs to hear it, because they're going to be pleasantly surprised that this is an articulate woman who knows what she's talking about. You don't get to be governor of a state anymore without, number one, undergoing a lot of scrutiny. The best scrutiny a person can go under, by the way, is that of
and you don't become vice president or president without a lot of scrutiny.
No, that's exactly right.
So is it fair? I mean, leave the personal stuff out of this. The daughter, whether she's a woman, whatever, gender, leave all of that out of it. It's fair to scrutinize her policies and positions.
Well, absolutely, it's necessary. But my point is that once you have become a governor, once you have come up through the ranks, some say that local politics is the toughest politics in that regard. Once you've been a mayor, once you've been on an important commission, once you've been governor of a state and taken on a sitting governor of your own party, you've been scrutinized. You've been scrutinized by the people who know you the best and the closest to you. And if you get elected, that says something. It's not like a newborn babe out there that nobody knows anything about.
Right.